Now, from across the Tri-States, this is KHQA Sports.
And welcome into Sports Final, everybody, on one of the biggest nights of our sports calendar. The 9th annual Do or Die Bowl, of course, took place tonight, and it was a pretty good game. First ever actually played in absolute perfect weather at Porter Stadium. Let's take you out to the highlights. This was a good one from the very beginning. Of course, Don Bigley from Pittsfield-Grigsville-Perry coaching the East squad along with guys like Nick Wyman from QND playing in his last career football game. That for the East. Now for the West, it's guys like Austin Eglier, Clark County Clarence Cannon Conference Player of the Year actually, and Centralia head coach Earl Bennett leading the guys in this one. West would win the toss and receive. We go to your first series of the game. It's a third down. Wonderful knockdown there by Jacksonville's Deontay Armstrong to stop the drive. East, though, would be forced to punt. So here's the West again. Great pickup from Mark Twain's Tyler Steinkamp. That would be a first down there. Moments later, though, ball loose. Rolando Luna from the East is going to pounce on it, and he gets it to go. The first turnover of the night. That one taken by the Beardstown lineman there. East, though, would punt again. So it's Dalton Powell trying to create, but watch Jeremy Frieden tackle for loss right there. And defense, the story of this game early on. Now we'll show you some East offense. Tanner Huddleston looking deep, but wait a minute. Dan Williams jumps the route. He gets inside of that pass right there and picks it off over his shoulder. Beautiful play there. Still in the first quarter, we are scoreless. But nearing the end of the first quarter, this would set up the first score of the game. West looking to punt the high snap. They can't get the punt away, so the East would take over. Early second quarter, Zach Abney right into your living room, gets across the goal line. 6-0. East leads this ball game early in the second quarter, but they would not convert actually on the 2-point conversion. So 6-0. Later on, though, looks like East might have some momentum, but that is before Kyle Kovar, beautiful tackle for loss there in the backfield, gets his team a little bit of boost. Later on, though, in the first quarter, Rolando Luna pounces on another fumble. He's got a nose for the ball. We would end the first half 6-0. East squad leading. Big play in the game right here. Second quarter, actually second half. Take one more look here. East driving. This play ruled a fumble, but it hits the turf, so the West catches a break here early third, and they would take over and take advantage. Dalton Powell rolls out. Darian Sanders, look at the footwork there. He's going to get himself about 15 yards after the catch and into the end zone. Point after touchdown converted, and it's 7-6 West in the third quarter. East hoping to respond, but the West D solid once again. Ramsey Cooper of Brookfield, a tackle for loss of his own. I mentioned a lot of defense in this ball game. West would force a punt, but Powell hoping to add another score, but watch Nick Wyman. He gets in front of that route over the middle. The QND all-star linebacker is going to run that one back. Good news there for the East. Still 7-6 West in the third quarter, though. East couldn't capitalize, so the West driving once again, but QND, the boys showed up from 10th and Jackson. That's Connor Obert getting the ankles, another tackle in the backfield. Good stuff from him. Later that drive, Gabe Vandenberg with a deep ball, but watch the pass breakup here. Third quarter action still. Remember, it's 7-6 West. Pass breakup by Quincy High's Ethan Rockhold. Good stuff right there. So it's still a 1-point game. East taking over. Huge fumble recovery, though, by Highlands' Chris Sparks on the spot. Gives West a chance to go up by 2 scores. They would drive, but a beautiful pick right here. Dalton Hubner to his knees. Gets it in his arms. Beautiful awareness of that ball in the air. That would take over for the East, and here's your offensive play of the game. Still 7-6 West. Now in the third quarter, Tanner Huddleston off balance, roll out, and 84 yards later. That is Jacksonville's Reggie Bratton off to the races. You know he's a sprint champion, and yeah, no doubt after watching that play right there. 84 yards for the touchdown. Zach Abney would add a 2-point conversion, and it's 14-7 East in the fourth quarter. 3 minutes left, same score. That is Gabe Vandenberg, picked by Jared Rockhold of Macomb. Looks like the East is going to be in control of this game throughout the end, but wait a minute, this one far from over. The exchange in the backfield by the East not taken care of, and it's picked up by Centralia's Austin Kincaid, and the only man between him and the end zone was Coy Dorothy, and he makes the potential game-saving tackle. West with a chance now. Fourth down from the 15, under a minute, under pressure. Gabe Vandenberg completes here. Beautiful job to Jesse Arnold at the 2-yard line. Couple plays later, though, the East would hold. Ball to the turf, and guess who? Nick Wyman of Quincy Notre Dame is going to come up with a loose ball and the fumble recovery with about 15 seconds to play in this game. and the East squad is going to get the win tonight, 14-7, as Don Bigley got the Gatorade bath, and he told me he was not expecting it one bit. 14-7 your final here, but again, Don Bigley, a class coach, opposed by Earl Bennett of Centralia tonight. Great job by both sides tonight. A one-score game. Cannot ask for any more than that. We'll go ahead and take you and tell you about your MVPs from the night. In this ballgame, we of course give out 2 scholarships, one to each team. From the West squad, it was Clark County's Austin Egley taking home the honors on that one. And from the East squad, Quincy Notre Dame's Nick Wyman, as I mentioned, playing in his final football game of his career. He was your scholarship winner for the East. Your West offensive MVP, Darian Sanders, had that beautiful touchdown reception and got it into the end zone, so he's your MVP on that side. And who else? Nick Wyman, 2 takeaways tonight. He is your East defensive MVP. And your offensive MVP from the East, Reggie Bratton, the 84-yard touchdown reception that made the difference in this ball game. And from Palmyra, Bobby Grunlow. He was a load on the West defensive line tonight. He is your MVP tonight on the West defensive side of the ball. And we're going to have plenty more from this game to wrap up here in just a couple of seconds. But we will tell you about some other stuff from around the area tonight. Luke Guthrie on the PGA Tour at the AT&T National. The second round was postponed due to darkness, so he is 3 over through 12 holes on this round. Tied for 72nd currently at 3 over par. The leaders at 7 under par, and currently the cut line sits at 2 over par. So Luke in the neighborhood there with 6 holes to play. He's got a chance to play on to the weekend. We, of course, will keep you updated on that one tomorrow night. Also, Gems and Cavemen, don't forget we had the battle for the paddle tonight. We take you out to Clemens Field. Here's Jake Mangler, the RBI in the bottom of the first. Fielder's choice makes it 1-0 Cavemen in this ball game. Travis McDonald, a strikeout though with the bases loaded here, top of the second. Good stuff from him. He had a major scoreless inning streak working into this ballgame, upwards of 30 innings, I'm told. That was finally broken, though. Cavemen Air, though, leading to 2 runs, made it 2-2. That breaks the scoreless streak for Mr. McDonald. We are tied in this ballgame 2 apiece. Pass ball would put the Cavemen up 3-2 in this one, so the runs kind of coming one by one in this one. 3-2 Cavemen. Bottom 4th, Ryan Cooper, a 2 RBI triple. He's going to get himself all the way to third base. 7-3. Currently Cavemen in the ballgame at that point, and they are still playing actually in this one. They are in the 8th inning. At last check, it was Gems leading this ballgame.